Welcome to a look at the top 10 city builders coming up in 2017 and 2018. At number 10, Frostpunk. The makers 11-bit claim Frostpunk is the first game in a new subgenre of society survival, a mixture of city builder, survival and society simulation. So far the developers haven't revealed too much, but we'll take a look at some in-game screenshots after we enjoy this incredible cinematic trailer. Currently slated for a release in the second half of 2017, Frostpunk puts us in a frozen world where people have to develop steam-powered technology to overcome the overwhelming cold. As well as managing the inhabitants and the infrastructure and the resources, the developers want to force you to question your own morality. When your society is pushed to the limits, how far will you go to survive? And while we still don't know too much about this game, one thing's for sure, this is one to watch. Have you ever wanted to colonize a beautiful alien paradise? Well, you've picked the wrong game, because in Aven Colony you'll be faced with a low oxygen atmosphere, extreme electrical storms, ice storms, dust devils, deadly toxic gas eruptions, and days so long they have their own seasons. And don't expect the locals to be friendly either. Deadly plague spores, a vicious fungal infection known as the creep. And what planet would be complete without giant sandworms? And as well as defending yourself, you'll have a few other things to keep you busy, like taking care of morale, social policies, giving your colonists adequate jobs, healthcare, entertainment, food quality, policing. But for me, the best thing about this Anno-style colony builder is the beautiful building animations. Build, explore, expand and survive. Aven Colony is available on full release on the 25th of July 2017. The apocalypse has arrived, and according to post-apocalyptic settlement builder Atomic Society, it's gonna be pretty brutal. Atomic Society is a true indie game with a small development team of 3 people. The game's been in development for 2 years, and it's due to move into alpha next month, with a full release due is sometime in 2018. The thing that sets this game apart from other city builders is your ability to mould the society. Do you take a lenient approach and run an anarchic society that lets people pretty much do what they want? Or are you a cruel tyrant executing people for even minor infractions? How will you deal with issues like drug use, euthanasia, or slavery? Atomic Society shares a lot in common with games like Banished or Planet Base, but with another level of depth, as every new survivor who comes to your post-apocalyptic town has unique traits and talents. How you deal with those people and handle the inevitable conflict in your society will be your biggest challenge. You can be cruel or kind, build a town that's a beacon of hope, or the stuff of nightmares. What kind of leader will you be?
Production that once was suddenly halted to a standstill when the economic depression hit the markets worldwide. Factories stand stagnant, trade has come to a grinding halt, and jobs are disappearing at a rapid rate. Well, what does that sound like? Well, opportunity. Land and resources are ripe for the taking. Factories are itching to be fired up and hold smoke in their lungs once more. Gatherers are ready to supply the resources you will require. Time is now to invest and to carve out your own industrial empire by shaping the land to your will. Foresight, factories, hard work, and the engine are what will make your world turn. It is up to you to use what is there. Start small and build your company up. Hire a workforce, manage your investments, and strike profitable business deals. But be prepared. Your dream will not go unchallenged. Others will compete for profits. Pollution will spread if left unchecked. And natural disasters can hit at any time. It's survival of the fittest. An industry is your means to survive and prosper. Climb to the top and create your own industrial empire.
At number 6, Depraved. And I'm glad this made the list, because it gave me a chance to use that old style movie special effect. I've been trying to use that for ages. Now, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who look at this and instantly go, oh, it's another Banished clone. But Depraved has got enough in it to distinguish itself quite clearly from something like Banished. Yes, some things will be very familiar. Once you've selected a suitable place for your first settlement, you'll be procuring your building materials from good old Mother Nature. And yes, you'll need to supply your inhabitants with food and water and clothes and firewood. But apart from the distinctive building style of the Old West, when was the last time you saw a moving train in Banished? Or a real live hanging in the town centre? Or a gunfight in the middle of the street? In fact, the dangers that your townfolk will face is pretty staggering. Apart from the possibility of being hanged, or shot, or starving to death, or dying of thirst, there's always the possibility of being eaten by a wolf or a bear, or even being struck by lightning. Crop failures and famines, epidemics like cholera and influenza, raids by bandits and native Indians, or maybe the whole goddamn town will burn down. The game has seasons, day and night cycle, weather from snow to storms, and a whole slew of production chains. All in all, I'd say this game's worth a look.
This is a mass of rock and air, molded together in the infinite fabric of space, intertwined to create the perfect environment for sustaining life. I am a living planet. I was cold and alone for such a long time. Until one day, life burned into existence. They began so small, so fragile, so very young. But with time, they grew stronger, and civilizations rose from the dust. From stone to metal, their technologies advanced. Soon they learned to swim, and eventually they learned how to fly. For a time, I thought we would be friends. But that was not to be. They drained my resources for centuries, until I had nothing left to give. They endured my disasters and cured whatever diseases I could unleash. But one day, they turned their gaze to the stars, searching for others like me. What they did not know was that they were not alone.
The Universim.
At number 4, we've got a game that I can't wait to get my hands on. Ostriv. Now, some people will look at this game and say, "Oh, what's so exciting? It's just a 3D Banished." But when I look at this game, I say, oh my god, it's a 3D version of Banished. And just like Banished, this is being developed by one guy. Yep. One guy has created all this. And if this was just a 3D version of Banished, I'd be happy with that. But this is better. This is way, way better. First and best, unrestricted building placement. You can put anything any way you want without any kind of grid or angle restriction. And look at the way the fences merge together. Oh, I love that. You're able to affect the economy of your city by means of setting prices, taxes and various policies. And you also have access to trade routes with both neighbouring towns and also distant countries by sea routes. Now, as well as a detailed economic simulation, the game also attempts to model human behaviour. People act like real people. They've got their own motivations, their own needs, their own skills. Citizens will only take jobs if they're satisfied with them or if they're really desperate. They can sell goods and services to each other on the local market. Wealthy citizens could actually start their own businesses in your town and hire other people. And at the other extreme, they can also resort to violence and crime. And the final word on this game, it's beautiful. I love the 18th century Ukrainian architecture. We're going to be able to create some incredible things in this game.
The goal, or should I say, the dream, is to build a colony. A self-sufficient new world, far away from Earth. We know it's not going to be easy, but achieving dreams never is. In such an unforgiving environment, the challenges will be many. But if humanity is to survive, we need to succeed. This is why only the best and most talented people have been selected for this mission.
Isn't there a picture how it's gonna look when it's finished?
No. Maybe there's one on the box.
I don't think there is a box.
Fellow Tropicans, thanks to me, Tropico is an undisputed paradise. But the values of our paradise are now being threatened. Threatened by populists and despots. I, El Presidente, will prevent this. I accept the nomination for another presidential term. I will make Tropico even greater, even bigger, and even better. Instead of walls, I will build bridges, bringing Tropico's islands and people together, rather than separating them. New means of transportation will offer great opportunities of exchange to you and our visitors. I will bring diversity, culture, and the wonders of the world to Tropico, so that all other nations will look upon us with envy. Vote for El Presidente. Vote for Tropico 6 or else.
At number 1, Ancient Cities, and this will come as no surprise to anyone who's been watching my channel for the last couple of weeks because I have been raving about this game. Not only is the game incredibly beautiful, which you can see for yourself, the game just completed a successful Kickstarter campaign where they raised 125% of what they'd asked for, which was 125,000 euros, which means as well as all the features that they promised us, we also get fluid dynamics, which means we're going to have running water in the game. And the list of features is impressive. Procedural world generation, simulated day and night cycles, simulated seasonal cycles, weather simulation, wild animal and plants cycle of life, farming system, resource collection and storage, family tree for citizens, that's one of my favourites, character attributes, a tech tree, and decay of resources and buildings, which should prove interesting. The game will have factions, other tribes competing for your resources, power and alliances. There's a world events system which can apparently change the course of history. And just to make things a little bit more interesting, predators that will hunt your animals, a complex religious system, politics, and disasters like sicknesses. If they get this right, this could become a genre redefining game. But we won't know until we get our first look at it, which is going to be sometime probably summer next year, and the game will finally be released in all its glory at the end of 2018. That's it for my top 10. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe for more top 10 lists. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.